Yes, welcome guys to another episode of our EPL review. And today we'll be talking about all the things that happened on match day two. A lot happened. Manchester United didn't shock a lot of people. Liverpool came up with a late winner against Newcastle. And there's a history that Newcastle has not won against Liverpool in a while. So we'll be giving you, let's dive right in. What do you think about the
Yeah,
Premier League?
for me, about the Premier League so far, it has been disappointing for one team called Manchester United, and it has been a rough start for Liverpool, but they've been picking up that 3 points. I don't know how they do it. The first game again,
Lucky 3 points.
very lucky 3 points. The first game they played, they were playing 2-0, then they
Two
gave them
two
2-2, then before winning 4-2. This time around, from 2-0 down 2-2, then with a man down of
Newcastle.
Newcastle, they had
Some
to.
people say that they need defense. But if you are talking about defense, do you think that Van Dijk just signed a new contract last season, and we saw how intentional they were? Is Trent Alexander-Arnold a factor playing? Is he a factor in this? He was a very strong midfielder. He's a person that normally holds the ball. They never faced this kind of problems last season when they won the league, and now they keep on winning just by whiskers.
Yeah, for me, Virgil van Dijk is a good defender, but I think the Liverpool needs more defense and more experience, because Virgil van Dijk isn't the only defender they can use, because he's actually getting old. If
Yeah,
you look at that age, is that age factor is actually getting old, and he can't really do some
yeah.
of those things that those young lads will do.
I think based on the signings that they made so far, I think they were focusing more on
On the
attack
striking, yeah.
than maybe the defensive part. We saw Florian Wirtz, they signed Florian Wirtz, and he has not really made any impact. He has registered some assists, but he has not registered a goal as people expect him to have. Frimpong already scored in the Community Shield finals. We also see some other players actually making impact. I would like to mention Ekitike. Ekitike has scored 3 goals. It's actually one of our hot topics this time. Ekitike has scored 3 goals in 3 games. What do you think about Ekitike presently? Is he going to be the highest goal scorer in this particular league? He has scored 2 goals as well.
For me, about the highest goal scorer, we can't really say yet, because we saw Manchester City lost 2 goals to 0 against Tottenham. But Haaland is one player we need to look out for this season as well. Mo Salah as well is one player. I used to say it at the beginning of the season before that Mo Salah wasn't a threat
Yeah,
in the Premier League in goal scoring factor.
yeah, yeah.
But well, let me just say something before. Sorry to cut you short. Ekitike, as you said, Ekitike has been playing spectacular for Liverpool this season. He's currently the highest goal scorer, and he has
Yeah.
been scoring in every. I've noticed he has been scoring in every match,
Yeah.
week in, week out.
Yeah, that's why you should sign a striker that can score goals. Manchester United needed a striker that can score goals, which we chased after Ekitike, but obviously a Champions League side, which is called Liverpool, took him from Manchester United and got him on another record signing. Another thing I wanted to mention was this particular league. Now we see 3 teams are on 6 points in the Premier League. Can the league be decided in just these first 2 games? Can we see that the way the table is? Can we see that this is how it's going to end?
I can't really say that that will be this is how the table will end, because we're seeing a strong Chelsea performance now. We saw their last game, very emphatic win for them.
Yeah, 5-1, 5-1
Five,
victory.
yes. So with 5 goals in a game is an emphatic victory, and you are looking at Liverpool as well. Liverpool, I think, beginning of the season they don't really pick up like that, but when it comes to the late stage of the season, probably during the
Yeah,
winter transfer, they will definitely get
yeah.
other
But
players that
on
can
on
help them.
Liverpool picking up points, they actually are. They are part of the teams that have six,
Six
6 points. Chelsea has 4
4
points.
points.
So we'll be giving you the table, but let me give you the rundown. We'll be discussing as we are talking about
Each game.
each game. So on Friday, Chelsea started the match day two, winning against West Ham 5 goals to 1. Do you think it is the Kudus factor. West Ham gave up kudos.
Yeah, West Ham gave up kudos, but from West Ham's preseason games, you would know that they won't play very well this season. And West Ham have started on a rough path. I don't know if they will be picking up during the season. But Chelsea, as I said, emphatic win, very good win for them.
Yeah.
They tried with the balls, and they know what to do when
Yeah.
it's time to score,
All
and
right.
that's why I love their players.
Yeah, definitely. Chelsea, good win for them. We see their players actually making impact. Very, very, very nice one for them. So we've been moving on to Saturday's games, and the first game was a shocker, which no one ever expected, and that is Manchester United losing to Tottenham.
Manchester City, right?
Manchester City rather losing to Tottenham. That's the game ended 2 goals to 0 in favor of
Tottenham
Tottenham
Hotspur.
with Erling Haaland, and it was even in Etihad Stadium.
Yeah, that's a very disappointing result for Manchester City. I never expected Tottenham to actually give them, those who actually carried them in their tickets. They'll definitely be crying. Even this week, people will also think that there are two teams in Manchester that actually disappointed different fans and
Yeah.
different fan base.
Yeah, so we're moving on to the next game. We might not talk about, because we're not talking about all the games. So the next game is Bournemouth defeated Wolves. That game ended 1 goal to 0. Brentford defeated Aston Villa. Rough starts for Aston Villa. That game ended 1 goal to 0. Another game that I would like us to discuss, it is Burnley versus Sunderland. Two promoted sides, newly promoted sides, and Burnley defeated Sunderland 2 goals to 0. Sunderland, their first game, we saw their first game, and they won that game.
Like you
Thinking,
said in our first recording, you talked about Sunderland. You said it's something called initial gaga.
yeah,
It is the peak of the season. They had to win their first game. They had to show people that, oh, we're back
yeah,
to the Premier League. I was actually supporting them in the last recording. I was talking about them. I said they actually tried. They
uh,
pushed for that win, and against Burnley, when two relegated or two newly promoted
promoted sides,
sides are playing, one must surely be
ahead of
top.
the other. Yeah.
So I think Burnley just had the most strength against
Yeah,
Sunderland.
and they are used to playing each other. They played in the championship last season, gaining promotion, both teams, and I actually see that it's an improvement in the team, because there's a news that showed up that the three newly promoted sides have actually won their game, have won at least a game.
Again,
That's
yeah.
they all have 3 points on the board, and Manchester United, that finished 15th position last season, I've recorded only a point. Is it the problem of Ruben Amorim, or there's something that is happening in Manchester United?
For me, that problem I don't think is Ruben Amorim's problem, because Ruben Amorim wasn't the one who missed the penalty during the last game. And you say that Manchester United are actually seeing that courage to actually play very well. But there are some chances that we are meant to be taking, because I saw that game
Yeah,
yesterday on Sunday. We saw that game on Sunday, and it was a very disappointing
yeah,
game, because you see that you actually had a penalty chance, you missed it.
missed it. Yeah,
Getting a goal, at least you have to defend.
if
You against a Fulham that you know that Alex Iwobi will definitely
yeah.
punish you whenever it's time to do that.
Yeah, we even saw a picture after he got the man of the match of that game. He was sitting down with some fufu and
Yeah,
ogbono. He was trying to tell Manchester United that this was a draw. He was using a
the draw
draw
soup.
draw soup against Manchester United after that game. And actually, Alex Iwobi, yeah, our brother,
Uh,
want yourself,
on yourself, on
want
yourself.
yourself. That fufu self, he did very, very okay. And me self, like I say, good.
Kudos to him from Nigeria
Nigeria
winning
winning the
the
player of the
player
match.
of the match. That's a very good one for Nigeria.
Yes, so I'll be moving on to a five-star performance. There's a lot of news, but we'll be giving you just a lowdown of this particular game. We'll be giving you we're talking about the news later on. So Arsenal defeated Leeds United on a five-star performance, 5 goals
Yeah,
to 0. Victor Gyökeres opening his account, scoring 2 goals.
yeah, Victoria Carres, that player that I actually thought would not
perform
perform in this season is now getting to be one of the players of the
in
season.
yes.
Victor Gyökeres scoring 2 goals in a very Chelsea's game wasn't really that emphatic, but 5 goals, scoring nothing in that game. I think
Was conceding nothing.
conceding nothing rather. I think Arsenal are starting up on a good path, but will they be able to sustain that? That's what
Yeah.
everybody is asking. Will you be able to sustain
To
that
win to
to
win the
win the
league.
league? Because for me, when Manchester United isn't playing very well, I would like Arsenal to actually
Win the league this
win that
season.
league this season because they've actually tried. They've gotten second 3 times, and there's an history that when Arsenal had three during Arsene Wenger's time, when they had when they took second 3 times, they actually got the league the fourth season. So let's see what will happen this season.
Yeah, history can actually repeat itself. I would actually say that Arsenal are a very, very, very important team in the Premier League. A team that you can count on. 6 points in their last two games. They've conceded nothing because the game where against Manchester United was also a 1-0 win to them.
6.6
So
goals this
so
season.
that's David, two clean sheets for David Raya. Very important player for Arsenal as well.
Yes.
Imagine scoring 5 goals. If it's that the keeper, at least Chelsea also scored 5 goals, but they still ended up conceding.
And
So
we know what Raya does. Last season, he actually won
two
the
seasons back to
two
back,
seasons
he
back
has
to back. He
won
has won the
the
Golden Glove,
Golden
and
Glove.
right now 2 clean sheets. Let's see what he's going to do this season.
Yeah, I actually really believe in Raya.
Yes,
You need 14 or 15 clean sheets to get the Golden Glove. If definitely if you can get 14 or 15 clean sheets in
and
the
now he's
season,
on two,
is on
and
two
this is
already
just the
counting.
second game.
Yeah,
Let's see what will happen.
and I'm just happy Manchester United have already done away with that particular fixture playing against Arsenal.
Also, yeah,
I actually believe that Manchester United is still going to meet Arsenal at least two
twice.
more times this season because we might be drawn together in the EFL or in the FA Cup this season. So we'll be moving straight on. We will not be talking about some games like I mentioned. So Crystal Palace played a 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest. Everton defeated Brighton. That game ended 2 goals to 0, where Jack Grealish registered 2 assists in that game. Fulham and Manchester United, the game that we're going to be talking about right now, that game ended 1-1. What do you think about the game?
Yeah, for me, that game very annoying game because um, uh, all things boils down to that man called Bruno Fernandes, who is the captain of Manchester United. I think Ruben Amorim isn't using his players very well. There's a reason why he bought these 3 players: Cunha, Umbumo, and Sesko. They call it CMS.
Yeah,
Cunha, Umbumo, and Sesko needs to be starting together. They have that synergy. Lenioro is also one player that is playing very well. Amad Diallo, good performance. But there are some players that you use you use over some players
some other
like
players.
Casemiro. Why not use Kobe
Yeah,
Mino?
Sesko actually started, and we see that there was an improvement in Manchester United's game.
Yes.
And a player that we actually need, there's actually improvements. Cunha, Mbomo, Sesko. I actually think Manchester United is going forward. We've been conceding only one goal. Against Arsenal, it was only 1 goal conceded. So meaning that there's an improvement in Manchester United. We're conceding a lot of goals
And don't
around
forget,
this time last
and
season.
don't forget, Fulham is one team that actually has Calvin Bassey. They have Alex
Alex Iwobi,
Iwobi.
like we
They
mentioned.
have a lot of players that
Yeah.
can actually defeat
Yeah,
Manchester United.
we won't be dwelling on Manchester United this particular time. We're moving on to the last game of the match fixture. That was Monday. That's Liverpool versus Newcastle. Newcastle versus Liverpool, rather. And that game ended in favor of Liverpool. A 9 minutes goal from the young lad, 16-year-old Ngomura. We actually see that he is now the fourth youngest to score in the Premier League at 16 years and 361 days. Wayne Rooney actually is the third on that list. He scored 16 years, 360 days. And we know how many goals he ended up scoring. And the number one is 16 years, 270 days. That's Jay Vagan. So very very good one. Improvement for Liverpool, bringing the young man to
Yes.
come and play, and he actually started shining.
For me, when I see players, young players like that actually get that type of recognition, it's always very good. We saw Waneri actually getting that recognition last season, and we know where what Waneri is doing now. And that
Yeah,
last season was Waneri
yeah.
season, but this season, let's see what this young lad will do.
If he didn't score that goal or more, Liverpool don't draw that game, oh,
Yes,
because if we see what happened in that game, it was from 2-0 to 2-2. Then they if not for that young man scoring that goal, the 16-year-old and 361 days, is going is going to clock 17 in some days time, and we're actually very good one, very good improvement for um Liverpool in the attacking sector, but I think they've really invested more in attack than defense.
so let's do this. Let's do this quickly. I'll be saying the table. Arsenal topping the table with 6 points. They are on number one. Tottenham Hotspur number two.
Initial Gaga.
Chelsea number three with 4 points. Uh, Actually, there are only two teams in the Premier League with 6 points, and that's Arsenal and Tottenham
No,
Hotspur
can Liverpool.
and Liverpool
Liverpool,
rather.
yeah.
Yes, Liverpool has
Six
six
points.
points as well. Chelsea are on fourth rather. Liverpool, Chelsea are on fourth
With 4 points.
with 4 points. Um, Nottingham Forest are on five. Newcastle, Manchester City six, Sunderland seven, Everton eight, Bournemouth ninth, um, then Brentford 10th. Then I'll be going to the bottom half. Going to the bottom half of the table. Burnley 11th, Leeds United 12th, Fulham 13th, Crystal Palace 14th, Newcastle 15th, Manchester United 16th,
Sad.
Aston Villa 17th. Then we'll go to the relegation zone. Brighton 18th, Wolverhampton 19th, and West Ham United 20.
The three promoted sides actually topping Manchester United on that table. And we see Burnley at number 10 or number 11, like you mentioned.
Yes,
That's really sad for Manchester United. If you look at this, this season can never be decided in Matchday 2,
yes.
because I actually see Manchester United has a point. The number the Manchester City are number 5, and they have 3 points, meaning that Manchester United still has hope, because three teams have 6 points, two teams have 4 points. If we do the calculation and the maths, if all these three teams don't win their next game and Manchester United end up winning the next game, although we have difficult fixtures coming up, Fulham that were meant to used to at least win something, we ended up
Getting just a
getting
point.
just 1 point, and
And
we still have Chelsea
I
in
had
few
something
games.
that a fan of Manchester United said one day, and she said, it's a lady, she said that if Manchester United does not get a goalkeeper during this transfer window,
Yeah,
Manchester United will be losing 2 points each in
every
every
match.
match.
Yeah,
Because let's just say we're drawing all our games.
yeah.
What do you think? Where do you think Manchester United will
Because
stay on the table?
Manchester United is a short one with Bayinde on as a goalie for Manchester United. I think we actually have a problem in that department. I think we should be moving on to the stories that we have for the day.
Yeah.
I think we number one news is Eberechi Eze signing for Arsenal. It was not a shock, although Liverpool, Tottenham tried to sign him. We're hearing news about Tottenham, and now officially he was unveiled as an Arsenal player, and we
Um,
actually see all what he did.
Yeah, for me, that signing very, 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 very good one because it's during our last game, our last show, we were talking about Eberechi as a signing to I think Tottenham, Hotspur.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
but
it was they actually used that to
to
divert
divert your attention.
attention. So let's just soon look at what he will play because we saw what he played for
Yeah,
Crystal Palace.
about diversion of attention. We heard our brother Victor Boniface actually told a news reporter called Fabrizio Romano to drop one of his posts, him saying that he was actually trying to
Talk to
imply that
Nigerians.
that Boniface was actually talking to the Nigerians that make na calm down. That it's not every time that you talk about a player's career, but Fabrizio Romano took it in a way that he started saying that Victor Boniface was insulting his former team. That's not what happened. He actually said that the guy should actually take that post down. And then we should actually say that our transfer news, we should let's try to wait till the end before posting a news. We don't have to take it from he's about to go, he wants to go, he's nearly here. Because even in the Nigeria Professional League, there's actually a system of only when the player has finally come
Yeah.
before you can give the news or the transfer. That's how we do it in Nigeria, as even Nigeria very advanced and improved. But rumors and all, I think that's what is spoiling transfers.
Let me just say something about Victor Boniface. Victor Boniface is a very prolific player. I think people are judging him based on the fact that the TikTok and
Yeah,
is
his
mostly
presence on social
presence
media.
on social media. I think people are actually judging him, and they don't know that people actually have feelings. People actually are playing. People, they have this passion to play. But when you are saying things like, you too they play, you're playing too much. It
Yeah,
was like his response was like, if I they play, Shay, you like, won't he be playing for one team that doesn't
yeah.
really have standard? Why is it that is currently playing for Bayern
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen,
Then
and
as AC Milan
AC
actually
Milan
still looking
actually
for him.
looking
A
forward
big team as well.
to him, and they didn't really say that they don't
It
need
was
him. They
just
just said that once he gets healed,
healed.
they can
Yeah.
actually talk about is and also they are like, should they risk it?
Yeah.
If they really love him, they will risk it, get him and get him fit
All
before
right.
starting.
Yeah. So the last news we'll be talking about is an injury news. It's Bukayo Saka. Is set to miss 3 to 4 weeks. That is going to miss the international break. Set to miss 3 to 4 weeks due to a little hamstring injury. Yeah, we wish him
Yeah, we
uh,
wish him quick
quick
recovery
recovery.
because Saka is one player that is very important for Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah.
And but we have been seeing the performance. We saw the performance in the last game. They didn't really miss him,
Yeah.
and we know that Saka is one important player. But Arsenal has actually put a lot of integrated a lot of players
Yes. Yeah.
in that their team.
They signed a lot of players this season. I think that was what was one of our news this game. We've seen. Let me take a mention of all the players that they just signed. Mati Zubimendi, Christian Nogard, Noni Madueke, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Christian Mascara, and Victor Yakares. Not leaving out
Eberechi,
Eberechi
you see,
Eze.
um,
I think they have the best
signings
signings
this
this
season.
season. Aside Liverpool that got Ekitike
Flores,
for with
Frimpong,
Frimpong and are about to bid for
for
Alexander
Alexander
Isak.
Isak.
What do you think about Alexander Isak's situation? Let's use it as a wrap.
Yeah, if we're using that as a wrap, Alexander Isak's situation is just one sad situation that I would just look at. And Alexander Isak is not one player that Newcastle should be doing that for.
For yeah,
And
he has tried for the team.
he has really tried for the team. They got their first trophy
Yeah,
with him, and we know that Alexander Isak, once he comes to Arsenal,
to
to
Liverpool.
Liverpool rather, is going
Let,
to
let
play good football.
yeah, let's just pray that Liverpool actually opens a bid, because the problem of them not opening the bid was them playing
To the yesterday. Yeah.
Newcastle yesterday. So I think the bid is going to be open, and I'm very sure that Alexander Isak is going to leave.
But
So
I hope Newcastle won't use that pain that they used to lose
yeah, so no,
last night.
they have
That
to release him. The player is not more playing. He's not more practicing with them. He's already training on his own.
and we saw first. I would just like to just use this to end. Fans, please and please, if a player isn't
Ready to play
ready
for
to
your
play
team
for your
again.
team, don't insult them.
Yes.
Just leave them alone
Stop the
and
hate. Stop the
stop the
racism.
hate.
Stop all this.
You don't gain anything by
Yeah,
insulting
even in
players.
the Premier League, there's something that they normally do all the time. It's no to racism. They always do it. They always take a knee around that time, and now it's coming back again in the Premier League. So we'll be ending On this note,
Don't forget you can also use our promo
promo
code
code
on OneXBet.
Sporting
Sporting
Announce,
Announce, SPORTINANDOET, Sporting Announce.
Announce
Just go to the
website.
website, you register. Then when it comes to the promo code,
Could
use
use
our promo
promo code
code
Sporting
Sporting
Announce
Announce,
and get, yeah.
SPORTINANDOET, and get
Remember,
up
you
to
get
300%
300%
bonus.
bonus using our promo code.
Thank you
So,
guys for watching
watching,
today's episode. Please like,
like,
share,
share,
and
and
subscribe.
subscribe.